Now, I've just got back in the hardware store, and it's snowing pretty hard outside. As you can see, if any of you have never been to a place where it snows, it's really nice for about the first day, and then it sucks. It's kind of like other people's kids. But if you want to get the quality stuff, get your 3M. Anything that says 3M on it. Because as far as your Bondo, mud, plastic filler, or anything like that, if you really want to get the good 3M stuff, it's not more expensive. It's just that this company designs stuff for the space shuttle, and they've been selling stuff for cars since I was in school, auto body school, back in '81 when I was there for 2 years. So you know you're going to get a lot of quality. Now with 800 grit wet, that's what I'm going to use to sand my work down. In some shops, when we were in auto body, we used a 400 dry on the last primer coat to as our last light sanding before we did it. Now some body shops nowadays will go, maybe the paint has changed since then because I'm not a painter, but they're using 600 grit. This is 800. They're using 600 or 800 grit, and they don't use wet. Okay, wet takes off a lot. They just use dry for the final coat. On this, this does come in wet or dry 220. It comes in 400, 600, 800, then 1000, which I have been using, and then it goes out on up to 1500. And this anything over 1000, anything 1000 and over is for clear coat. Is for your really fine finishing with the clear. So they go from 1000 to 1500 to 2000 to get your less scratches. Now when you go to sand this stuff, I want to explain something else, is that it's not good to say like have this all sanded out with 400 and then go to 800 and try and sand out the 400 marks. That's not a good idea. What you want to do is sand down your project in whatever grit you want to use, and you always want to go one way. Okay, start with one panel, one this way, then maybe go to this one and go to this one, go right down here, and have a plan where you want to go. If you get too bored doing one side, then just stop doing that side. And what you want to do is come and do another side. Now you want to know where most of the contamination and everything comes from? Watch this. My hands are completely clean. Okay, you see that? That is finger oil and moisture and whatever else I picked up from hair gel or different things. This is why you want to clean your project up before you go to paint and afterwards, before you go to do it, because you don't want any contaminants on the surface, because it will not promote adhesion, and that's what we want. We want it to stick on there and do the job right the first time. And these are all little tricks that I'm going to show you. I'm going to take the 800 and I'm going to take this down a little bit, take off a little bit of the rough orange peel, and then I've got some duplicolor, more black. I'm going to paint on there, and I like to experiment. I'll use a little bit of primer, a little bit of sealer. If it was a car, it's a different story, because you only got one shot to do a car, or else you have to stop and do the whole thing over again. With these parts, it's not that way. So if you can buy 3M, this was 4 sheets, and it was about $4 US. And if you get the chance, if you really want to see what auto body people use, is mainly in hardware stores where you buy this paint. They're for hobbyists that really don't. They know how to paint, spray something on, but they're not painters. They're not auto body technicians. So what you want to do is you want to go down to an auto body paint store where they have all the professional stuff, and most of it's 3M. But you can get a really good idea of the kind of implements and sanding blocks and the sandpaper, compressors, the different professional paint guns. And you don't need like a union card to go in there or anything like that. You just walk in there, usually no waiting. There's a person behind the counter. They're really nice. You can tell them what you want, and also you can order your paint for if you want to go by the quart or the gallon. And if you want to do that, every vehicle has a paint coat on it. On the Gyro, if you lift open the seat, you will see a little white sticker, and it has a paint coat on it. Now, if you take that down to any paint supply shop, they can mix it for you, and that's what they'll do. They'll mix you acrylic enamel or lacquer or Imron or Deltron. It depends on what they sell. But these are just some of the tips and tricks that a hobbyist can do to learn to be a good painter. And I want to teach everything that I know, because I'm 50, I don't know about my health, and who knows, this YouTube thing may go on for another 100 years. And maybe, someone will look back and go, hey, that was that crazy old man. That crazy mainland Howley. But who knows? Maybe my son will learn to respect me and get out of his teenage years and find something he likes to do. All right, I'm going to sand these parts down with 800, get them a little bit smoother, and then I'll take them out and shoot them again. Shoot another coat on there. You want 3 good coats. That is the best of the best in everything automotive.